How's everyone this morning? Let's stand and sing our first song, and it's going to be a call and response, so get ready to play your part, okay?
Yeah. All right, everyone, take a look at the person next to you and say, God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary and lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together in the name of love. We come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. Now look at the person next to you and say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary and lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together in the name of love. We come together, we come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. From every walk of life, every walk of life, every creed and color, in friendship reunite and honor all the God in each other. So take a look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you, and feel the love in the sanctuary, and lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together in the name of love. We come together, 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 we come together in the name of love.
Yes, we come together. We do. We have come together. We've come together to celebrate Spirit, to celebrate this beautiful life that is moving through. And as each one of us uniquely, take a look around you and see who's with you here today. Tell someone you're amazing. You're amazing. Tell someone else you're amazing. And since we're talking about power all this month, tell someone you're powerful. It's really true. It's really true. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm Reverend Gregory Toole. Thank you to all of those of you online. Thank you for those of you in the room. And for our announcements, we're going to have Reverend Catherine.
Can't read my lips. I'm Catherine McKinney, and I need a microphone. I'm a staff minister here at Redondo. Thank you so much to those of you who have contributed to our restoration project. It's still ongoing, and we really appreciate any of the funds that you are going to share with us now and for the near future. We are very appreciative. Visioning a way of life. It's a new certificated class. It's going to be taught by our own Reverend Gregory Toole. And it's a 6-week class with amazing materials, and it has never been offered here at Redondo before. So we are starting that on September the 7th, and it's at 10 a.m. So that's a Saturday, I think that's a Saturday, yes. And it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful experience. You're invited to just step into that idea. You can get more information, and you can sign up at the front desk. We do have a date for the Hidden Treasure Yard Sale. It is September. If you by any chance saw it in October somewhere else, it's definitely September 27th through the 29th. We are still looking for volunteers. And check the activity table, and you can see places to sign up for volunteers. Now, today, after service, right after service, Fred is going to be meeting with everyone who has signed up, and he will just, for 10 minutes, he wants to go over some stuff, give you some information. We're all very grateful for your volunteering to do this. It's an amazing fundraiser, so thank you so much, and yet we can have more volunteers, so we can do that. The Science Savant class, which is on Sunday morning, starts at 10:15 and goes until 10:45, is every Sunday, and we look forward to having more and more people there. If you missed it today, make a note of it for next Sunday. So the office is going to be closed. That's tomorrow, September the 2nd, for Labor Day. And also, there will be no men's spirit group meeting tomorrow night, so make a note of that as well. Now, on Sunday, September the 8th, the Women's Circle is going to be meeting at 12:30, and that's a reminder for those of you who are a part of that. We are also looking ahead on September the 15th. After service in Richelieu Hall, we are going to have a town hall meeting. It is really, really going to be a very informative time, and we encourage everyone to be there. That's September the 15th. It's on a Sunday, and it is after service. So we also have something coming up on September the 19th that we've never had before, and it's our first ecstatic dance, and it's going to be Thursday, September the 19th, and it is at 6 p.m., so make a note of that. Now, the choir that we are all embracing in its newness is going to have a new rehearsal schedule. We're going to be rehearsing on Thursday evenings from 6:30 to 7:30, and that starts September the 10th. So it's not this, what did I say? It's Tuesday, not on Thursday. It starts with a T, but it really is Tuesday. So I even kind of know that. 6:30 to 7:30, starting on September the 10th. And Lise reminds us all to arrive early so we can visit with each other and gather any materials that we need so we can actually start right in at 6:30. Now, we also have an announcement that's going to just fill in for something that we've all participated in. I'm going to invite Maureen up to share with you some cool stuff.
Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know, I've been supporting Rainbow Services for the past 20 years with school supplies, and all of you here have been also supporting in that. And I just want to thank each and every one of you this year for whatever you were able to donate, whether you went and bought physical supplies or you donated cash. I do believe that this year was the most amount of stuff I have had since I did it 20 years ago. Not only that, it was the most amount of money I also had as well. I still have money that I need to spend, so yes, thank you. And when I went to drop off my second trip of school supplies this past Friday, I actually met the woman. Her name is Brenda. She is in charge of that area of donations. And what she said when she saw the supplies I brought, she said, "Oh, good. This will complete what we need for all of the kids." So truly, really and truly thank you from the bottom of my heart and theirs that no matter what you were able to donate and give, truly know that it went directly to a kid that needed it. So again, just from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for making this, I think, the best year we've ever done. So thank you.
For our creative members, we're looking for a new name for our bookstore. Today is the last day to contribute to your idea. So just submit that in the bookstore, write down your idea. The person with the best name will win a book of their choice in the bookstore. There's also a place for you to let us know what you'd like to see in the bookstore. So check that out in the bookstore today. If you are here for the first time and if you would like to raise your hand, the ushers will like to give you a little gift bag that we give people who are here for the first time. If you feel too shy to raise your hand, we are happy to share that with you at the front desk. But do you have anything? Oh, yes, we've got hands. Yes, yes. Anyone else? Does anyone else need anything? Oh, there's one over there. Yes, thank you for raising your hand. That's very brave, isn't it? Thank you very much. A big thank you to our landscape community. They have been doing such wonderful, wonderful work. If you came down the steps on the parking lot side, I often stop just to admire what the work they've done. They're beautiful flowers. They just fill the place, and it makes me feel happy just seeing this. So thank you to the landscape committee. You've done a great, great job. Thank you very much. And also thank you to all of our community for all of the volunteer work. It is such an incredibly important part of this center. It always has been, and it's building back up since we've all been coming back together, and thank you so much, and we really, really appreciate your being here. A big thank you to all of the volunteers, and so I want to say thank you. Can we all just say thank you to the volunteers? They're in the back there. They're in the bookstore. They're in hospitality. They're in the office. They're everywhere. And remember, you too can volunteer. If you're just considering it, just step up to the desk and say so, and somebody will get in touch with you. So now we have some wonderful music as we are going to turn within for our meditation music.
Good morning, everyone. During this song, I would invite you to close your eyes and just go within to that place of sweet stillness. With every breath, remember the divine love that flows within you, flows as you. I am safe, I am calm, I am loved. I am safe, I am calm, I am loved. I am safe, I am calm, I am loved. I am safe, I am calm, I am loved. Although I cannot see the road ahead, I know it is paved with clarity. Although I cannot see the road ahead, I know it is paved with truth. Although I cannot see the road ahead, I know it is paved with goodness. Although I cannot see the road ahead, I know it is paved with love. I am safe, I am calm, I am loved. am loved. Divine love leads me and guides me, and I know all is well. Oh, divine love leads me and guides me, and I know all is well.
As I go within, I pause. I pause at the door and I set down my to-do list. I set down any thought or any concern about accomplishing, making it happen, checking the list off, and letting go of it. I turn and enter. I simply enter this sanctuary, this peace, this calm, this tranquility. Here, I find one God, one love, one power. I am centered, I am rooted in, I am connected to this oneness. God and I are one. I am that I am, and I simply be. I be here now. This is the perfect place. This is the perfect time. This is that oneness, that interconnected, interwoven web of life that I now experience here now. I am this love. I am this beauty. I am this peace. So from this awareness, from this remembrance, I declare that today's celebration is one of glory, it is one of beauty, it is one of peace, that all that is necessary is already in place, that all here, all participants, all those present, all those listening are in this place of oneness here and now. This is good and this is very good. So everything here now is unfolding with grace and ease, uplifting, enhancing, and blessing each one of us. So letting go in absolute gratitude, letting it be, I say, and so it is.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to deliver today's inspirational Science of Mind message based on Reverend Gregory's message, Recognizing Your Power. When I hear power, it reminds me of my boyhood hero, Superman, and his powers, who disguised as a mild-mannered reporter, faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Now, that was watching television in the early 50s, but Superman was on radio starting in 1940 to 1951. Coincidentally, Ernest Holmes, founder of Science of Mind, also had a radio show in 1951, This Thing Called Life. And each of those broadcasts started with, "There is a power for good in the universe, and you can use it." But what is this power? Dr. Holmes explained the power on page 29 of the textbook, The Science of Mind. People have at their disposal what they call their subjective mind, a power that seems to be limitless. One's thought, falling into their subjective mind, merges with the universal subjective mind and becomes the law of their life. Now, that's a lot of Science of Mind speak, so I'll try to put that into layman's terms. The subjective mind has been referred to as the creative medium. It doesn't analyze, it's the doer. You've heard this analogy before. Our thought is the seed, and the subjective mind is the creative soil in which the seed of thought is placed. In its infinite capacity, the creative soil creates and produces the effect or manifestation. But the topic is recognizing your power. Holmes told us that it is our power on page 30 of the textbook. There is one mental law in the universe, and where we use it, it becomes our law because we have individualized it. Okay, we know what the power is, and we know that we have it. The key is recognizing that you have the power. On page 31, Dr. Holmes gave an example of how you recognize the power. Experience has taught us that the subjective tendency of this intelligent law of creative force may consciously be directed and definitely used. This is the greatest discovery of all time. Wow, may consciously be directed and definitely used. But what if you fail to recognize through experience? I believe you can recognize your power by taking classes, by reading Science of Mind philosophy, by listening to the Science of Mind talks, discussing the power, contemplating the power, and then knowing that the power works. Knowing you can recognize your power. Now, stay tuned for next week's topic on using your power. I conclude. Who disguised as a mild-mannered practitioner is a practitioner who recognizes his power and applies it for truth, justice, and the Science of Mind way. And so can you. Where is it? I simply couldn't find a phone booth, and so it is.
My eyes are wide and open. My eyes can see close your eyes. The truth that cannot be denied. 'Cause you are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Yes, you are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth that cannot be denied. 'Cause you are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Yeah, you are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Yeah, yeah, you are the light, you are the light, you are the light.
Elise Carver, thank you so much. Beautiful. Yes. You are the light and you are the power. Recognizing your power. I'm going to talk about power all this month. And the interesting thing for me about talking about power all this month is I didn't always have a good relationship with the word power. You know, power to me kind of had a lot of negative connotations, you know. I went to, years ago, when I first came into Science of Mind, and I was on the board, and they asked us board members to go to an interfaith event that was about power, you know, and how can the churches use their power for good in the community. And I just thought the word power, I thought power, you know, power, that sounds negative, you know, that sounds, I don't want anything to do with power. But the reality is that we can't do anything about the fact, we cannot change the fact, nor should we even want to, I would say, that we are powerful. That the power, the full power of the universe is right within us, is right within you and right within me, and that is just the truth of our being. So for me, making peace with it was to realize we just are powerful. You know, we just are. We're just walking around as these powerful beings, and the only thing we can do is pretend that we're not powerful. Pretend that we're powerless. Pretend that we're just little old me. But you're so powerful. You're so powerful. And power, to me, is simply the ability to make shift happen. Some of you got that. Some of you were slower. Some of you were like, oh boy. We can make things happen. Our power is simply our ability to make things happen. It is the ability to get our needs met, the ability to bring things forth into our experience. Yes? That's all it really is. It's neutral. Right? You know, there's all these phrases, power corrupts and all this sort of thing, but power is really neutral. And what we do with power is all the difference in the world. What we do with power. What are you going to do with your power? I just love this teaching, by the way. I just love this life that we get to live when you're aware that the presence of God is moving in you, when you're aware that goodness is happening all around you, and you just start to open your eyes to the good. You know, last 2 Sundays ago, I was walking along the beach, and I just had jeans on, and I still had a button-down shirt on, and I was really just taking a walk along the beach because I could, you know. And I'm just walking along the beach, and over in the distance, I see people playing volleyball. And I decide I'm just going to keep my distance. I'm about 30 feet away, and I'm just watching these folks play volleyball from like 30 feet away. But I'm like hanging out watching them, and they look like they're really having fun. Well, this woman spotted me who was playing volleyball. She spotted me from 30 feet away and started waving me over. She said, "You look like you want to play. Come on over." And I said, no, I'm just watching. I'm just watching. And then I got a little closer, like 10 or 15 feet away, and I'm still watching. And she said, "You really look like you want to play." So I did, you know. Here I am in my jeans. Everyone else has got bathing suits and shorts on. And so I just love this life that we get to live, that actually may start to become a regular part of what I do. I started learning how to actually play volleyball, because I only played what I would call picnic volleyball, which is not really just slapping the ball around. You're not really playing it properly. And they have a coach there who actually teaches lessons because it's a beginner group. And so it could actually become a part of my life. Isn't that amazing? They're just walking along the beach. And I've gone back a couple times now. Yeah. So this power that we have, the question is, how are we using this power that we have? And we're so powerful, and yet sometimes we're very loose with how we use this power, because sometimes we don't realize that we're powerful all the time. We think like, I'm going to just turn it on sometimes and then turn it off sometimes. And we forget that we're powerful all the time. So we are actually using our power many times to create things we don't really want to create. We're walking around, we'll say things like, oh, this is going to be a hard week. And what does the universe say? The universe just says, and so it is. Right? This is this law part that Mark was talking about, right? This creative medium that all it knows to do is say yes. And that's the beauty of it. The beauty of it is it doesn't say, when you say, I want to create this new experience in my life, it doesn't say, wait a minute, let me think about it. It doesn't say that. The moment we begin to declare something, the moment we begin to think differently, the moment we begin to align our thoughts, our vibration, our being with something new, this law, this creative medium goes about to start creating it in our lives. We have to be aware that we're powerful all the time. What are you declaring on it, over and over again, forgetting how powerful you are? Forgetting how powerful you are. Emma Curtis Hopkins, she was considered the teacher of teachers in our New Thought movement. And New Thought is the greater umbrella under which Science of Mind and Unity and Divine Science and a few other teachings are under. Emma Curtis Hopkins, in her book Scientific Christian Mental Practice, quoted a man named Carlyle, and she was talking about people who really had conviction about their power. And I always loved this phrase, and it made me laugh. And she said that he would say, if I said it, it must be so. And if it's so, I must have said it. That's conviction in your word. That's conviction in knowing my word has power. If there's something in my experience, I must have spoken it into existence. And if I spoke my word, then it must be so. It has to come about. So we get to start being conscious about how we use our word. We start to speak our word and declare, this is what I'm now accepting in my life. This is what I'm now willing to experience. This is what I'm now calling forth into my experience. And so we go about with our affirmations. We go about with our spiritual mind treatment. We go about with the way we're using our word. You may not even realize that you're praying all day long. You and I are praying all day long. All day long, we are speaking this word of ours, and it is powerful. And the question is, how good of a guard are we at the door of our mouth? How much are we watching over what it is that we are speaking forth into existence? You're powerful. You are absolutely powerful. Sometimes other people, and we're going to talk about that in another week. We're going to, during this month, we're going to talk about how we deal with other people's power. But sometimes we forget how powerful each other are, and sometimes we get afraid of each other's power. And sometimes we want each other people to be less powerful. Could you be a little less powerful for me? Someone once said to me, they said, you need to tone it down. And I said, this is the toned down version of me. You couldn't handle the whole thing. all of us have probably toned it down a little bit, right? Because we're living loudly and we get this, people tell us, you need to be something different. But we are so powerful, and one of the visions I have for this center is that everyone in this center, whether they be a member, a practitioner, a minister, a board member, a leader of a committee, that everyone gets to be powerful in their role. You get to be powerful as members of this community, right? You get to be powerful as members. And we have a community meeting in a couple of weeks. You get to be powerful in your role as members. You get to participate. You get to be involved. You get to say, I want us to have this. And of course, you have to use your power to help us create it too, right? It's not like we're just going to be standing there going, like taking orders. Okay, you want that, you want that, you want that. No, we're going to say, oh, how would you like to participate in creating that with us? Right? So, but I want us to be so in our power. We have so many examples of organizations and places and groups, communities, where we're afraid of each other's power. And where people try to consolidate power, right? Like, let's have all the power be in the minister. Let's have all the power be in the board. That's not what I envision here. What I envision here, because you already are powerful, it's already the divine truth of who you are. The divine truth of who you are is already that you're powerful. Well, I want you to be in the divine truth of who you are. Someone said, hallelujah, you could say that here. That's how powerful you are. Yes, you brought me here. That's how powerful you are. We brought each other here. You brought everyone here. You called everyone here forth into your experience. You manifested this whole experience right here for yourself. We are so powerful. So we begin to speak our word, right? We begin to speak our word. We begin to become very conscious of how we're using our word. And we begin to, this teaching is called the science of mind. We begin to scientifically, methodically go about creating the experience we want to have in our lives, right? We begin to speak our word, and then we don't give up the moment that we say, oh, I've been using these affirmations. I've been doing a spiritual mind treatment, and it hasn't manifested. I don't know if it works for me. Don't give up like that. You would not plant a seed in the ground, right? You would not plant a seed in the ground and say, I think something's wrong with the soil today. I think something's wrong with the sun. I think something's wrong with the rain. I think something's wrong with how this universe is working. Although there were times in my past when I first started getting into this teaching, and I would be working it, and of course it couldn't be me, it must be something wrong out there. It couldn't be me that it's using it incorrectly. So I literally would have moments where I would be like, there must be some sort of quirk in the fabric of the universe that somewhere there's a little rip or tear in the fabric of the universe, and my little word slipped through. But we have to be more methodical than that. We have to be more scientific than that. Just like if we planted a seed and it wasn't growing, or we put something in the ground and it wasn't growing, or it wasn't growing well, what would we do? We would start to say, oh, maybe it needs a little more sun. Maybe it needs less sun. Maybe it needs more water. Maybe it needs less water. Maybe it needs a different type of soil. We would go about it in a very methodical, scientific way. We wouldn't give up on it. And this is what I'm inviting you to do with your word. Your word is powerful. You probably have had many demonstrations of that. So we go about it in this methodical way. And oftentimes when we start to speak our word to bring something into our experience, let's say we want to bring a loving relationship into our experience, and so we start speaking our word for this partner and all of this, and then what happens first? A lot of times what happens first is we have to have a clearing. We have to have a clearing because we've spoken our word, that we said we want this thing, and wanting this thing goes along with getting rid of some of these things that aren't consistent with it. So your word is that powerful. Your word is that powerful. You spoke your word, and then all these other things showed up. All these things that are very much unlike love showed up. All of these parts of you that are not loving started to show up. And you go, whoa, this isn't working. I spoke my word for a beautiful, loving relationship, and now all I'm doing is running into people who treat me terribly. And now all I'm doing is not being loving myself. But your word was that powerful because first your word started clearing out everything, clearing out the weeds, clearing out everything that was not consistent with what it is that you wanted to experience. So when you start to speak your word, welcome all of that. And don't, if you start to speak your word for, let's stay with relationship, you start to speak your word for relationship and all these ideas, beliefs that you didn't even know you had start to come up about worthiness. I'm not worthy of being loved. And look at me. I can't even make my bed straight in the morning. Who's going to love me? Actually, my bed doesn't look too good right now. All these things about us that are unworthy of love might come to the surface, but rather than become divided against ourselves, rather than become divided against yourself, begin to work with each one of those one by one. One by one. It's like, oh, there's a part of me that feels unworthy. Okay, let me start to declare I am worthy of all good. I am worthy of all the good that there is. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of being loved. I am worthy of having someone to love. And we don't do it in a way where we're trying to coerce the law. You don't have to, when you put a seed in the ground, you don't have to coerce the universe to make that seed grow, right? You just have to nurture it. So we very calmly, peacefully know in trust and faith that our word has power. And we just can go about our business to speak our word. Oh, there's that hidden belief that I didn't even know I had. Okay, let me begin to know that I am worthy of all good. And step by step by step, we begin to eliminate everything that is unlike what we want, and we create the fertile ground for what we want to be made manifest. Does this make sense? Yeah. This is straight science of mind, right? Yeah. Yes. But so powerful because we can forget just how powerful we are, that we don't have to sit there waiting, wondering, where's my good? The invitation this day is to recognize your power. To recognize that right within you is the same power that created the entire universe. The same power that created the entire universe is right within you and me. And so therefore, our possibilities truly are unlimited. Let's affirm some of this together right now. Let's affirm together, my possibilities are unlimited. My word has power. I use my word wisely. Right now, I am creating something. I am aware of that. I am making good choices. The law is responding to me accordingly. And good and more good are coming forth in my experience. And so it is. Thank you so much. We'll hear from Elise Carver again.
Nice, everyone. Anything. When I say what I want and walk my talk, it all comes back to me. I can do it. I can do anything. I release, let go, and go with the flow. This is where I'm supposed to be. Today I say I'll get out of my way and live the life that's meant for me. I stayed my claim in Spirit's name. I choose my destiny. 'Cause I can do it. I can do anything. When I say what I want and I walk my talk, it all comes back to me. Yes, I can do it. I can do anything. I release, let go, and go with the flow. This is where I'm supposed to be. Right here, right now, today I choose how to be all I can be. I will heal my life, let go of strife. I embrace the mystery. Yeah, I can do it. I can do anything. When I say what I want and I walk my talk, it all comes back to me. Yes, I can do it. I can do anything. I release, let go, and go with the flow. This is where I'm supposed to be. To help me out, okay? Let's all lift up our voices and affirm this together. Repeat after me, all right? I can do it. I can do anything. Your turn. I can do it. I can do anything. Nice. I can do it. I can do anything. I can do it. I can do anything. That's right. I can do it. I can do anything. I can do it. I can do anything. That's right. I can do it. I can do anything. I can do it. I can do anything. I can do it. I can do anything. Yeah, do it. I can do anything. That's right. I can do it.
So perfect, so perfect. Thank you for that. That was like, wasn't that so perfect and divine? Yeah, so we reached our time of conscious giving. Thank you for the ways that you give to this community. I also want to acknowledge those of you online. I know that many of you online go to our website, redondocsl.org, and give there. Thank you for doing that. If you haven't discovered that yet, please go over there. And if you've gotten value from the service, go over there and make your contribution. To those of you in the room, thank you so much. Our ushers are about to come forward. I invite you to hold your gift in your hand, maybe put it towards your heart as we say our affirmation together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love, and so it is. Yes.
Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is. Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is, God is all there is.
Let's give some love to Elise Carver. She's so amazing. I'm going to invite you to stand, and we've been having fun with this affirmation that's been with me a long time. It goes all the way back to the first community I was a part of. We used to affirm this, and it's just fun. So let's do it together again today. It's called God is the Only Power in My Life. All right? You guys might be getting this down by now. All right? God is the only power in my life.
God is the only power in my life.
Nothing from without can touch the perfect life of God within me. No past experience has power over me. I am a perfect child of God. Nothing that anyone has ever done or said can interfere with my divine inheritance. The power of God is greater than any circumstance in my life. The strength of God is mine to use. All right, now we got this little physical thing to do here. Turning away from all feelings of inadequacy. I discover that all that I need is within me right now. As I forgive the past, I find that I have nothing to atone for. Nothing to run away from. Casting off the old me, discover my true self. I take dominion in my life. Old habits have no power over me. Conditions have no power over me. Personalities have no power over me. I take dominion. I am whole. I am free. I am complete. Now and forevermore. And so it is. Yes. Got to get the yes in there. All right, I'm going to call forth all the ministers, practitioners to come up on the stage with me. We're going to sing the peace song. Let's join hands. We'll sing the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth